and just revisiting the people that we have been able to interact with so far. And we've had tremendous stories here on the show. We've spoken to survivors, human trafficking survivors. We've spoken to young Cameroonians who decided to take a different path from the part that was, prepared for them. And today we're going to be focusing still on another young Cameroonian who is an entrepreneur. She saw an opportunity and she decided to use it. Hey everyone, my name is Sally, and this is I Am Cameroon. We are here on a bi-weekly basis. So if you were not yet subscribed to our YouTube, please make sure you do that. It is I Am Cameroon, Je suis le Cameroon, and you'll be watching this stream live as well. And if you are on Facebook, don't worry, the link will be up very, very soon. So permit me to introduce our guest this morning who made an enterprise out of something that a good chunk of the country loves. So I'm going to introduce to us this morning Siona. Hi, Siona. Good morning, and thanks for joining us from Cameroon.
Good day, good morning, good
Yeah,
evening to everyone. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I'm so blessed. I'm so
of
privileged. Thank you.
you are very welcome, and thanks for honoring our position, our invitation as well. So I know that you are a very busy woman. So I'm gonna go straight to it. Tell us about yourself.
Okay, I'm called Siona Deep Agbo. I
Mm,
am a graduate from the University of Boya. I did journalism and mass communication, and later on did
mm.
my master's in corporate communication. So, and I'm married with a kid. I am into snails, sales of snails, and this came up, in fact, during my master's program in the university, and it has been a smooth ride since then.
That is beautiful. That is beautiful. I absolutely love that for you. So, of all the businesses, Siona,
Hello, Sally.
this one. Hey, can you hear me? Siona, I think we're having some kind of relay problem. Siona, can you hear me? Okay, so we're gonna wait for Siona to rejoin us. I did not want to give it away because her business, the business that she chose to do is very different, and it's something that I absolutely like. So, Siona, can you hear me now?
Oh, yes, I can. Sorry, the
Oh no,
network
you're
keeps
fine.
breaking.
I understand. I understand that. So, I know what your business is, right? But I would like you to introduce your business to the world this morning. I think we're having some technical issues.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Yeah.
Selling of snails, and I've been doing this for 7 years. This is the seventh year in which I've been doing this business. I started it as a class assignment in my master's class to draw a business plan, and it has so gone well.
Mm-hmm.
And after drawing the business plan, we decided to do the business, and I have so much passion for it. So what basically I do is we get snails, we buy from those who bring from the forest, do hunting, and we
Mm-hmm.
wash it, we remove it from the shells, yeah, we wash it clean, and then we have it cooked, and we cook it a little, and then we send it to the oven. When it's well dry, you see the way it looks very clean. We package it in Ziploc bags, and it's ready to
Yeah.
go. So we package it sometimes. Some people want it half dry, some people want it really dry. For those in the diaspora, they want it really dry. and
Mm-hmm.
we do it in different ways. What the client wants, that's what we do. If you want it half dry, we give you. You want it really dry, we give you based on your money, and that's good
Your
to go.
needs. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, I have to say this. I call them slow boys. So people call them slow boys, snails, Congo meat. What do you prefer to call it?
I call them my cousins. They are family.
Wow. Interesting.
They are family to me. They are family.
Very, very fitting, very fitting. And I must say, I love snails. Okay. I absolutely love them. The tasty, the crunchy, and most importantly, they don't have side effects. Like, if you eat it too much beef, then you might get gout and all of these things. But we're gonna get to that point. So there is a lot of people that export snails from Cameroon, right? So what makes your business different from your competitors? Siona, did we lose you? Okay, so for those of you who don't know, Siona is in Cameroon, and Cameroon in general, sometimes the reception out there is not the best. So we're just gonna give her a second to rejoin us, and then we can continue. Ah, there she is. Siona, so I was asking that there is being that I live abroad, right? I live in the US. I get to see and hear a lot of people advertise their business exporting snails, dried. Sometimes they do it fresh, but it's rare to see the fresh one. So what makes your business different from the others?
The very first thing is how we take care of the snails, how we wash it. Our method of cooking it is different.
Mm-hmm.
We take our time to wash the snails very good,
Yeah.
because we have the people have the notion that snails is generally, slow and dirty, and all those things. But what we do is,
Mm-hmm.
the washing part is so important to us. We take our time, we wash it very, very, I mean, very, very clean. There's enough water for
Yes.
that. So that we don't have people say thinking about the slime, and the way it's being dried too. There are different ways of drying your snails.
Mhm.
Since I've been doing this for a long time, so there's a way you can dry your snails in the oven. There's a particular way to do it to make it look even appetizing the eyes. Like, look,
Right.
the colors you see, it looks
Mhm.
bright and you're interested when you see it on picture. You're interested to actually, go for it.
Try it.
The way yes, our packaging and the conditions in which the snails are being produced, being stored in,
Mhm.
and everything. And we have, because what I do, working with a lot of people, and because when I started out of the business, I was doing it directly from the bush, go to the bush, buy and come back. But now I outsourced, and I'm using my sister who goes and does all of that. So I collect, and
Mhm.
I now sell, and we send abroad. So it's been a
Mhm.
beautiful journey.
Wonderful, wonderful. And Siona, since we've been experiencing some breaking in the connection, if that happens from time to time, I think we might want to go full audio, but until that happens, we might just
Okay.
go full audio at the moment. All right. So let's get back to the business. Okay. So we are 10 minutes in and we play games on this channel. So we're gonna play our very first game. And this is going to be an interesting game because it has something to do with slow boys. So I'm gonna ask you, you have to pick one. So we all know the famous way of consuming slow boys, which we usually call Congo meat, is where they put them on skewers on those little sticks and they have garnish, onions, and other things on it. So that's the one way. So do you prefer snails on a skewer, the Congo meat in quotes, or do you prefer it fried? Oh, wait, hold on. Because that is fried. Sorry, my bad. Do you prefer it on a skewer or do you prefer pepper soup? And I'm going to explain what pepper soup is in a bit.
I prefer I prefer both. I love everything about snails. I don't even know where to choose from.
Oh, girl, you
I
have
can
to
eat it.
choose
I
one.
can eat it. Okay, I'll go pepper soup.
Yes.
Because I'll go pepper soup because when the snails, I see a lot of the snails packed in ziplocs. So sometimes really much that you lose interest eating it. So most times when I
Mhm.
want to eat snails for myself, I do something a little bit different because
Yes.
it's too much in my eyes. Because someone will tell me if I was selling snails, I'll eat it every day, and I'm like, I'm not sure you eat it. I'm not very sure because I'm finding it difficult sometimes. But pepper soup is good.
Hmm. You know what? I would have chosen the same thing. Fun fact, I actually had snail pepper soup and some plantains yesterday. So you see, that question was a little biased.
Delicious.
So when you were answering, I was like, oh, I have my fingers crossed. I'm waiting that she picks pepper soup because I love it. That's my favorite. So, back to your business. A while ago, you had been on the I Am Cameroon show. So, how has business in general been since then? Siona, I think you muted yourself.
Oh, I didn't get the question. The network was breaking when you
Oh,
were talking.
okay. No problem. I can repeat it. So I was saying that a while ago you had been on this show on I Am Cameroon. So how has business been since then? What has changed?
Hmm. A lot has changed. In terms of customers, it's gone wider, and because the thing with business is the more you do it, the more the customer base and it has really increased. Like for example, selling in the US recently has been
Mm-hmm.
more, especially this year and last year. I've
Mm-hmm.
sold. So it's been a good one for me. A lot of increase in
Yes.
even in the because I realized that from the beginning, some people might not want to give in to buy and things like that, but as you're persistent, I'm always, in fact, almost every day I'm saying something about snails. So that persistence all the time, most people
Yes.
who buy are not from my contact list or people I've met before. Most people, in fact, a
Mm-hmm.
majority of the people, we have people who see and they refer. So a lot of referrals have come in. A lot of but it's, for example, selling in the US. I don't know anybody. All of those people I'm selling to, I don't know any of them. So I'm just shipping to them.
Yeah.
It's been so
We
good, so good.
Wonderful. I love to hear that. On this part, do you know what I call that? I call that girl bossing. So you were girl bossing out there so hard. I love that for you. So you actually touched on my next question, like who are your clients? So where do you ship to? Do you only ship to the US? Do you ship to Europe, Asia, and different parts of the world? And how do you reach your clients? I know that connection is an issue. So how do you manage that relationship with your
Oh.
clients? How do you let them know like, oh, your package is on the way, or this is a tracking number, or it'll arrive this day or that day? How do you manage that? I think we lost Siona again. Okay. Siona, are you there? So as if you're doing e-commerce in Cameroon, these are one of the shortcomings that you face for those of you who don't know. The connection is usually not the best. This is as a business owner, or especially if you're functioning online and you have a wide market, if your clients are global. So these are one of the things that you have to deal with. So I cannot wait for Siona to come back on and let us know how she handles challenges like this. Meantime, I Am Cameroon. Yes, let's talk about I Am Cameroon for a little bit while we wait for Siona to come back on. If you would like to join this movement, please do not hesitate to go to iamcameroon.gov.org and sign up and be a member. So you can sign up for in Cameroon, there's a different fee for it. In the US, there's a different fee for it. You can sign up for that. And while we're waiting for Siona to also get here, I would like to also emphasize that I Am Cameroon is a non-political movement, okay? So we only have one purpose: to inspire, educate, and engage all Cameroonians to accept and assume responsibility for the future of Cameroon. So this organization, we are here to unite Cameroonians, okay? So if you've seen public opinions or views or anything that does not accompany the I Am Cameroon logo, that is not coming from us. We are an all-inclusive organization. So I just had to get that out there, okay? Now that we know that, go ahead and subscribe, join the Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and join the movement. It's great. It's for the future of Cameroon. Welcome back, Siona. Good to have you back.
Thank you.
So while you were off, I was just explaining to the viewers that, hey, look, operating a business in Cameroon is not easy, especially if your clients are global, if you have clients all around the world. One thing you have to deal with is the internet connection as this, but we're going to get to that a little later on how you manage your business when it comes to technology, when it comes to limitations like that, like technological limitations. So before we do that, you already told us who your clients are, right? You ship to people mostly in the US. So my next question is, do you ship to people in other continents as well, like Europe, Asia, just other countries and continents as well? And how do you reach these people, given that the technology is not the best? How do you have that communication with your clients?
Oh yeah. To the other countries, what I do is most times we have Cameroons come back to the country,
Yeah.
and probably a brother or sister or so has information that we do snails, and you can link us up. So from the other countries, what I do is they carry the snails along. When someone is traveling, they buy an extra bag. Yes, you can buy an extra bag to take in their snails, accompany vegetables and other things that I can actually sort out for them, and they go with it. So they always get an extra bag. And then with the internet technology and internet connection, it's not been easy communicating, because there's sometimes that I have to communicate. Somebody has to pick up something somewhere, you have to pick, and so on and so forth. And then recently, the network just goes off, and like for a minute, you cannot get to anybody. And for some days, some weeks back, it was even worse, because you could not get to someone for like 3 hours, 4 hours. You cannot communicate at all. So it slowed down business a little for me, because I had
Right.
there was a time I had to give something to someone, and so there are some hitches there with the internet. Really slows down things a little bit. We're always faster than the internet.
Right. That is beautiful. I
Even no
love
matter how
that.
it slows us down,
Yes. I
no matter how it slows
absolutely
us
love that.
down, when I catch up, I just try to get to the customers. I'm always apologizing, always
Right.
apologizing, and they always understand. So blessed, and it just work for me.
That is
Uh,
beautiful.
Social media per se, I'm not much of a social media person, but
Okay.
what I use mostly is my WhatsApp to communicate the business, and I've done it over the years so well. In fact, every day I must say something. It's just a part of me. I don't know how to do without it. In a taxi, I'll just say something, talk about my cousins, how you need to eat my cousins, family members
So
that help you.
you're always networking wherever you are. That is beautiful.
Yes, very important.
So let's talk about expansion, right? So I know as a business person, you want to expand your business, right? So what are your plans for growth and expansion, and how can I Am Cameroon contribute to that?
Oh, okay. What I want to do is to we have US and Canada. We have a lot of people from back in the country that love snails. So what I want to do is I'm planning when I get to a client, most times I try all possible way to give in my very best because I know that client is going to
Yes.
give me the next client and the very next client and the very next client. So I want to expand to in shipping abroad just to those two countries. Very focused. I want to focus on those two countries first. Not thinking of every other country. Those agency I use can send to any other country, but I'm focused on those two countries because they will easily.
I believe we've lost Maimuna. We've lost Siona again. Sorry, Maimuna. We have one of our I Am Cameroon members on the ground, Maimuna, and Maimuna has been so effective in carrying out projects. She has been everywhere for I Am Cameroon. So every time her name keeps coming to my mouth, Maimuna, Maimuna. Hey, Maimuna. Good morning. Hey, thanks for joining us today. How is it going on your end?
Sorry for my morning in my background. I hope you can get me.
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, thank you. So happy to see you again. Always looking beautiful. Greetings to
Thank
everyone.
you.
Margaret,
Thank you. You
what's
look
going
good too in yellow. Girl,
on?
I love it.
Thank you so
So,
much.
quick
Courage,
question.
girl. I like what you're doing. Courage to
Yes,
you.
beautiful. And before we bounce back to Siona, I see that she's back on. I'm just going to ask you a very brief question. So, we had put up a post on I Am Cameroon regarding trash collection. So, I just wanted to piggyback on that. How has that been going so far?
Yeah, so far, since last September, we have been following up with the cleanup and
Mhm.
some dedicated youth that are still doing everything possible to gather some plastic and make some money out of
Yes.
it, even though we are selling plastic. And these youth at times they get a little bit discouraged just because
Mhm.
of lack of resources. And some of them, when they have just their kids, just and they don't want to come back and work. If
Right.
not, yeah, we
Yeah.
are encouraging more youth to get engaged, not only to help reduce the effect of plastic already that is
Mhm.
already too much, but to also get some finance to make some money out of
Mhm.
plastic because even though it is trash, it has become something profitable. So we are doing
Good.
what we are commercializing plastic in all the regions of Cameroon, and we are encouraging Cameroonian youth instead of idling, why not just pick up a net and get some plastic? I mean, a full net is about
Mhm.
4, 5, 13 net, 50K. That's only enough to pay a house and
That's
take care
cool
of some of the
cash. Yes.
school cards. So we
Yep.
are population of Bamenda,
Mhm.
Southwest, to get engaged in valorizing plastic and is making money and people spend skills on how to recycle this plastic in different type of ways. So many, many
Mhm.
things that they can gain. And I mean,
Okay.
I'll encouraging
Okay.
them
Perfect.
enjoyment
Thank you
from
so much,
it.
Maimuna.
So we have
Yeah, thank you so, Maimuna. That is beautiful. Thank you. So, for those of you, I know that not everybody consumes. Not, I know that there are some people in Cameroon, different regions that do not consume snails. So, for those of you who do not consume snails and you want to make some money, I think you should consider trash collection, plastic recycling, and all of that. So, welcome back, Siona. and we were just talking about budgeting and how to expand your business. So, do you plan on what are your marketing strategies? So you told me that you mostly do word of mouth, right? You do a lot of networking in taxis, wherever you go, you talk about your cousins, slow boys, and all. So, and you were telling us how you leverage your WhatsApp. So, do you post on your status? Do you have a contact? Like, how can people reach you?
Okay, yes, I post on my status. I do broadcast lists, send messages on broadcast. I use the broadcast list. I send messages, flyers, and post things I want, what I want to communicate to my clients. I do a lot of that. And
Yes.
what I do is like what I was trying to explain for the network when I get to one client, I know that client has a possibility for 10 more clients. I learned that in school
Yes.
in my communication. So I know that I have to treat this particular client pretty well. And it has really helped me, especially in the US, getting to one person who brought in another person, who brought in another person, who brought in another person. So I'm now, can sell more than 100 kilos plus in a month,
Yes.
just the US, and it's really good. So
You know,
I make sure that I treat the customers really well.
customer service. I am with
Very
you on
well.
that. Here in a lot of other countries aside Cameroon, customer service is a big deal because no matter how much we are technologically advanced, the most effective way to share your business, to share information is still word of mouth. So I think you're doing an excellent job. So let's talk about the future of Yumzy. Am I pronouncing the name of your brand well? Yumzy. I love that.
Yes,
So
it's correct.
Yumzy, is that
Yes.
from like when something's tasty and you say yummy?
It's if it snails, I cannot say it's yummy. I'll still say it's yumsy.
Oh, okay. Yumzy then. So, Siona, my very last question. We have 2 more minutes. So briefly, um, what does the future hold for your business? So, what are you hopeful for? What do you hope to see that Yumzy transforms into?
I want to set up a snail farm because I
Mm,
realize that slowly snails is becoming more expensive, and
mm,
a lot of people are complaining of prices and so much. So I want to keep the business at a particular rate in which I want it to be. So I want to set up a snail farm for constant supply first. I need constant
yes.
supply of snails because during the dry season, for example, we don't have much snails. But if you have
Mm,
a farm, a large farm, not just a small farm, because the quantity I send out in a month, if it's just a small farm, it might just give two or three, five, four, five people in Cameroon. I will not be able to. Yes, I want to set up a good farm, a large farm.
yes.
That's what I'm looking forward to because that's to be able to have snails at all season at a
Mm.
giveaway price.
Perfect. That's a wonderful plan. Thank you so much. Yeah, I almost called you Yumzy. I'm sorry. Thank you so much, Siona. Now you've made
No
me
problem.
now you've made me crave snails. You know what? Right after this call, I'm going to my refrigerator. I'm going to break out my bowl and eat some pepper soup snails. Thank you so much, Siona, for joining us on the call today. I really appreciate you.
Thank
It
you.
is Cameroonians like you who are very innovative and choose the path less traveled that make a great example for the younger Cameroonians coming up. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. I'm
You
so
are very
blessed.
welcome. Thank you. So, we have come to the end of the show. I will be passing it on to Phil to close out for us this morning. But before I do that, please do not forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. We stream bi-weekly on YouTube, so make sure you join us there. It's I Am Cameroon, Je suis le Cameroon. I remain your host with the most, Sally. Thank you, everyone. We're going to add Siona's number on Facebook if you want to order slow voice from her as well. So I'm going to bounce it off to Phil. Do we have Phil on? If not, I'm going to bounce it out to Bambot, our president. Good morning, president, and have a lovely day, you guys. Bambot.
Yeah, good morning, televiewers. Sorry, good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining the show today. Thanks, Miss Yona, for whatever you do to inspire young Cameroonians to follow your path. Most times people think that coming abroad is where people make it. But people like you do actually motivate Cameroonians to see if they can make it back at home, maybe I should stay home. Lots of time we see people dying on the high seas, trying to come to this country or go to Europe. But the things that you do, Siona, you would be surprised how much impactful you are being to those people in Cameroon. So I encourage you and we support you everywhere we can. Just as an aside, we do have people who ship from Cameroon to here. We may as well put you in contact with those people if you are interested in such a deal. And for all those joining us today and those who plan to join, please consider being part of the group. We are apolitical. We do not involve ourselves in politics. We just want to encourage, we just want to engage young Cameroonians to take responsibility for the future of the country. All right?